can't do it for myself. I go 0 to 1. Real quick. 0 to 100. Real quick. Real quick. Whole squad on the real. 0 to 100. Real quick. Real quick. Real.
Next to the beautiful San Francisco Bay, 40 miles from where Candlestick Park once stood, we're at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Today, an NFC battle in store for us between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. Ball is teed up, Joshua Carty to do the honors. And off we go in Santa Clara. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. Here's Brees Hall on the ground for the first time. Oh, he lost the football, and the Cardinals grab it. Nothing doing on the return, but the damage already done, partner. They take it away on the fumble. Well, this one's certainly off to an exciting start, partner. Hopefully this is the type of energy we're going to see the whole way today.
Defensive coaches, Kate, love to say, steal a possession, find a way to steal a possession. Well, they stole it on the very first play, and now put their offense in the driver's seat.
Now that's... And his reputation preceded him here, Brock. They got double coverage on him to try and slow him down.
Yeah, that's what you get. When you're this good and you're this talented, you're going to get the attention, especially early in the game. Now, what kind of adjustments can he make offensively?
After the incompletion, still at the 38, it's 2nd and 10. Opening carry for Devon Achane. He takes it ahead for a healthy 7 yards. It's 3rd down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Sharp with a quick toss out wide. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. I know it's early, Brock, but that felt kind of big. A lot of momentum generated from that turnover was about to disappear if they didn't convert.
Yeah, there actually is some pressure on this opening series to score. I know pressure's a privilege, but that turnover gave them some early momentum, but it won't just disappear if they'll fail to score. We'll actually head to that other sidelines.
Now movement as somebody goes early, and for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Back to throw. Shuck. Looking for him on the screen there, but it's incomplete, so 2nd down produces nothing. Back to the huddle they go for 3rd down.
Kid, I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't.
Going deep here for the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone! And the 49ers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. You got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Hurts now from the gun. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
1st and 10 now from the 46. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's getting close, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This is one of those many moments where I'm really thankful I'm in the booth and not on the field. Because in my day, defensive tackles couldn't run like that. This is not a statuesque QB. This guy can run. And it wasn't a linebacker or DB that chased him down. It was a big old D tackle. Tip of the cap to you, my big man.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield.
As soon as he starts to escape, Kate, you can almost see that gunslinger mentality come to life. It takes really perfect defense to hold up and keep him from finding something that'll go get that 1st down. They couldn't do it right there.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Ooh, some excellent English on that punt. This one makes it all the way to the 6 before the team touches down. Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a chain up the middle. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
1st down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Shuck working from the gun. That's caught. Devontae Chan. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game. And you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Sometimes just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. It just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late. And this could have been much, much more exciting.
And this play reaches the 35 before he comes to an end. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st down, Cardinals.
Now Jalen Wright gets it for the 1st time. Not the way to begin a new set of downs, Brock, as they drop it behind the line.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So they'll decline this and take the result. '49ers with an extra defensive back out there for this 3rd down play. Running back sent in motion. Third down, here's Shuck. And the 49ers rush gets home, and they drop him. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up 4th down. Out now is Gillikin to handle the punt. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. And he gets his guys a few yards. Before they bring him down on the return.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
We've set it downs for him from the 31. They start the drive with Hall. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was, how is he going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind the next time the ball comes his way. You got to be ready for some contact.
Oh, with the first and still going. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Okonkwo brings it in. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And that gives the 49ers the first.
That's another 49er first down. First and 10 at the 36.
Hurts yet again. He's still going at the 30. And he won't be able to add anything else onto the end of this catch, so it's going to be a completion to the 25. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
We'll get about 6 on this run, and more importantly, Brock gets him into the red zone. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. A couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. Time to get the second quarter going. The 49ers set up inside the red zone. Working now from the gun. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Drive has gone 8 plays now as they face 3rd and 3. Hurts. Buys time, rolling right. And he brings it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers get the game's first points here in the second. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Now, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would. And it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. Cardinals into formation. It's 1st and 10. It's Achane on the inside give. And he's going to be brought down here at the 42. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it's going to give the Cardinals a first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. Here's shot, 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate. When you put the ball in the air, how many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Chuck now from the gun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Finds the in route complete. And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. San Francisco to the line. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. He gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Sent to the ground by Pete Warner.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Back to throw, Hurts. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. First down from the 41. From the gun, it's Hall. At the 20. And he's going to score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers pull that in front further. 13-zip. Breece Hall with the touchdown.
The kicker on.
Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Starting from the 5. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Forced out to his right. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one, and it's good enough for an Arizona first down.
First down. A gain of 14.
Shotgun snap to Shuck, taking a chance to the end zone. And it is knocked away. A shot to the end zone, answered there by a strong defensive effort. Second down. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown. And you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
On 2nd and 10 now, here's Shuck. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Along the right sideline, there's space. And he's into the end zone for the pick 6 for San Francisco.
And there in Kate, right there, that's some of the danger of playing with desperation. You can't get every point back with one play, and that quarterback, we just learned a valuable lesson. Not only can you get not every point back, you just gave up 6 of your own.
That one right down the middle. And the 49ers stretch their lead to 21. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Let's go now.
Now Shuck coming off that pick. Here's a screen for Achane. This drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
I know coordinator and quarterback don't be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets him back behind the sticks.
Completed over the middle. And he's taken down quickly. Nicely done by the defense, but the catch does get him to the 39-yard line.
That's good for a Cardinals first down. First and 10.
First and 10. Here's Shuck. He's going deep this time. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
To throw again here, it's Shuck. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Trying to get it to Harold Fanning Jr. with that one. So they're left facing third and long.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Here he goes, third and long. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the 49ers are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
From the 40-yard line now, this is first and 10. Shotgun snap, they'll throw. Sends this to the end zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Travis Hunter reels in the pick.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Escapes the pocket. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Throwing again on second down. Here's Shuck. Gets it to him on the screen. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Going long for him here. And they pick him off again! And the 49ers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
I think they were going to be grateful just to get the ball back, but now look at where they're getting it, Kate. This is already inside field goal range. I promise you this, they're going to be disappointed if they don't get at least 3 points off that takeaway.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Hall. And he's got 5, and we've got our 2-minute warning. First down run gets him 6, so now it is 2nd and 4. Hurts to throw. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he will not get the first, but this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. Third down. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. Third down, give to Hall. It's going to be short of that goal line block, but not of the marker. They've got a first and goal.
Right here, Kate, this is where I'd love to see a team go no huddle. You just ripped off a great run. A momentum-changing run. Now get back to the line and don't let that go.
And he's in for the touchdown. The 49ers boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone.
The kicker on for the
Kate, I think 2 things were at play here. Not just the brute force to get it done on the QB sneak, also the element of surprise to run it on first down. Job well done.
Cardinals nothing.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. He's going to field this at the 2. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's first and 10.
Let's go.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Going to let this one fly deep downfield. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. Still 10 to go. Second down now from the 26.
Second and 10.
To throw. Shuck. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
Oh, he loses the football. Picked up by the 49ers. And they'll take over a little further upfield thanks to that return.
Third down, you could see he may have been trying to simply do too much to help his side.
Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. Going for it on their own side, Brock. Okay, bold call, but they only need a yard. They'll run for this. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
If you're a D coordinator, heck, if you're the defense, that is just so unfair. You load the box, you try to jump the snap, you do anything you can to stop it. But a lot of times, these fullbacks, and this guy in particular, just moves that pile.
Dumps it off to Achane. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Arizona goes ahead and calls its second timeout. Oh, just a yard shy of midfield. First and 10.
A gain of 15.
Off the play action. Jump. Oh, no. They get him yet again. There he goes. Right sideline. And he's into the end zone for the pick 6 for San Francisco. Well, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock, to have somebody in position for a pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers continue piling onto this lead. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So it goes for a touchback. Let's see what they decide to do with the time they've got remaining here. They've got first and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. And they pick him off again. Are stopped on that return, so that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Bayless Jones now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you, the special teams coach, pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
Nearly starts the drive with a first down run. He stopped a yard short, gain of 9.
That is just a great drive start. What every offense wants. Gives you a little bit of energy, a little juice, and now a really manageable second down.
First down carry got him 9 yards. Here comes 2nd and 1. Shuck working from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
That's good.
Shuck now on first down. Connecting on the slant. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Offensive line fast.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Second down carry for A.J. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
And the Cardinals, first down. A gain of 5.
Back to throw. Shuck. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
It's his running back. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10.
First down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down.
Shuck with a quick toss out wide. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Devon Achane with the touchdown. On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals cut the lead down to a more manageable 28 points.
Joshua Carty to kick off.
The Cardinals kicking team out, and they'll put a charge into this one. On the return, here's Anthony Gould. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
49ers to the line, 1st and 10. Hall running between the tackles. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure a nice little run to set the table.
At the 35-yard
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Hurts now from the gun. Finds him over the middle. He's going to be held up after gaining 2, so a little shy of that marker. 3rd down coming up. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it 40 yards to reset the downs. Here's Hall running his own read. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You love a huddle. Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there. And he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Connection made with his running back down the middle. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Shotgun handoff for Allen. And he stopped after ripping off an 8-yard chunk. It's 2nd down.
That result right there is why coaches all across all levels of football on defense talk about good, solid tackling, Kate. It's not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when you can bring a guy down, you're able to, and keep them from piling on those yards.
That's a man, Justin Jefferson. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
49er first down. First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
A give left side for Hall. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Ready, set. Alpha, alpha, alpha. Anyway,
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone, and defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away.
He has the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers trying to end this before the final quarter. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock, he sure is taking advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His second touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, but more than likely for more games to come.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Pretty good field position here for the Cardinals as they get ready, first and 10. Running back motions right. Here's Shuck, first and 10. Finds the in route, complete. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Running with Achane here out of the gun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset. Probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Chuck now from the gun. Throwing for the back of the end zone. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone. Just can't finish the play. Lucky to still have this football, Brock. Now let's see if they can come through on third down. Shotgun snap to Shuck. It's caught. Fannin has it. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down. Looking quickly here.
And the Cardinals first down. A 5-yard gain on the play. And a Cardinal first down.
First and 10. Here's Shuck. Looking downfield, and Fannin has it. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals continuing to fight at least. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
They're in full comeback mode already here in the third. An onside kick coming up. And the 49ers are able to cover the kick. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
Each of these guys on this hands team, well, they're handpicked, no pun intended, for the assignment. And they need the guys out there who could always be relied on to go bring in that onside kick without incident.
This our last play of the quarter. On first down, here comes Hall. Touchdown, San Francisco! The 49ers stretch their lead on the final play of the third. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Bates now for the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the 49ers grow their lead yet again. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's been a great time at the stadium for this crowd. Their side has turned this into a blowout as we start the 4th. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Fields this one at the 3. Showing a little burst so far. And it'll come to an end as they touch him down. Going trips left here as they get set. 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 19, go.
Shock looking to pass here. Throw left side, finds Fannin. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. It goes to the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
On play action, here's Shock. Going all the way to the end zone here. And he's got it for the touchdown. But while they celebrate, so back near the line, we've got a flag, Brock, in the neighborhood we usually see holding. So this is going to be 2nd down and long following the holding flag. Shock. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3. So chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down. Still 10 yards to get this 1st down as they come to the line. He gets it out left, and it's caught. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. The ball's on the 48. Here we go. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48.
To throw again here. It's Shock. Here's a screen for A-Chain. That screen sniffed out quickly. Shut down behind the line. Offense in the hurry up here.
Back at the 42.
He's going to throw it again. They'll drop this down to A-Chain. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
And this is 3rd.
3rd down run from A-Chain. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. 5-yard gain. That's going to bring up 4th and 3. They're going to go for it here, trailing in the 4th. Desperation time here on 4th. They connect for the 1st. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Moving quickly, trying to get set. Shock working from the gun. Going deep here for the end zone. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, Kate. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, then let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either. Well, he went for it all right there. That was a highlight reel waiting to happen if he could connect. So good to get out of the pocket, keep the play alive, but even better defensively to force the incompletion.
Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught. And he's going to get this down inside the 30 before he's driven out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Cut near the goal line. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
Ready up.
Running for it, it's A-Chan. And he gets in, touchdown. The Cardinals making the scoreboard look a touch better. Devon A-Chan with the touchdown. setting up to try the point after.
For the extra point.
Oh, and it's no good. Just his second missed extra point of this season. And they failed to tack one onto that touchdown. Well, the win may be lost, but their effort certainly isn't. They're going to try to get this one back after the score. And the 49ers are able to cover the kick. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point of the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
Yeah, he's going to be down to within a yard of that red zone as the stop is made. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. So a new set of downs. Here we go. First and 10.
At the 21-yard line.
Here's Hall once more. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers continue piling it on here in the fourth. Breece Hall with the touchdown. His third of the game on the ground.
Okay, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
20.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. To throw, Shuck. Trying for the deep ball. And they took their shots, but unsuccessful on that first down throw, swatted away by the defense.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. Quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
They kick the running back in motion. On second and 10 now, here's Shuck. Throw right side, hauled in by Harrison. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this third down.
And this is third.
Throw here, third down. And they pick him off again! And the 49ers get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
Shuck's pass intercepted. The Niners take over first and 10 at the 33-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 33.
Don't touch it! Don't touch it!
Hall takes it straight ahead. He dodged the tackle. And they're going to be working from the red zone as he reaches the 16. That play good for 17 and a first down.
A run like that, Kate, it just gives everybody a little bit more bounce offensively because you also know you can set the table for more.
From the red zone now. Connects with his back. Hall. And he's going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Breece Hall with the touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. That one right down the middle. And the 49ers tack on 7 more to their lead. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. This makes it up to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Cardinals into formation. It's first and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. And downfield, he's got It's worthy. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that first down. Working quickly here.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
Shuck now on first down. Jump off caught by his back. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. Offense up to the line fast.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
With the shotgun, they'll give it to Achane. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
And the Cardinals first down.
Here's Shuck, first and 10. Escapes the pocket.
Tremendous play by the defense. I mean, just spectacular to corral him behind the line. It could be tough to track these guys down today when they decide to scramble so many good runners. But it was good pursuit to stay on him the entire way.
He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And that's sent to the ground by a defender and incomplete. Would have been one for the highlight reel, but instead, they're facing third down. Here he goes, third and long. Taking a chance to the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarred loose, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they're staring at fourth and long. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. Throwing into double coverage. How's Coach going to feel about that one?
Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, I experienced that as a player and now as a coach. Please don't do that again.
Here he goes. Got to have this on fourth down. And this one's swatted away by a defender, so they went for it unsuccessfully. And now they turn it over on downs.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
He gives to Hall now on the option. Has a lane inside the 35. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The 49ers running them out of the building. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Far from the first time we've broken down one of his touchdowns in this game, partner, but man, they seem to get more impressive every time.
And I don't care, Kate, if they're all one-yard plungers, if you're over 300 yards. A 4-touchdown game will forever live among your greatest career highlights. You can go several games without even scoring one. So to get 4 in one contest, you'll never, ever forget it.
Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So first down from the 41. Shuck's going to throw here. Trying to push deep downfield. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
After the incomplete pass, here comes second and 10. Back to throw. Shuck. Underneath it goes. Catch made by the running back. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They get 19 on that pickup. And it's going to give the Cardinals a first down. They've got to keep moving quick here.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Cardinals first down.
First and 10. Here's Shuck. Can't connect on this one. A rare miss. Been throwing for him all game, but this one didn't work out. It's second down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Throwing again on second down. Here's Shuck. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Andre Sisco. And the 49ers get the football as he makes his third interception of this season.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He's an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Escapes a defender. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. It sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
They give on second to Hall. 2 away from 1. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. And goes to the hurry up here.
And the 49er first down. First and 10 at the 45.
Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Throwing this one back of the end zone. And oh, he got it! Interception! Grant dumped it in to pick it off.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Here he goes, one final shot. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. This is brought in at the 15. So the 49ers earn the win in this one. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep.